It's Mateo Vert, your favorite backlog gamer. Now, normally I'm making my way through my never-ending stack of games that have been sitting around, but this week I wanted to mix things up and talk about the future. The Final Fantasy franchise is easily one of my favorites of all time, and with Final Fantasy 17 still off in the distance, I've been thinking about where it can go next, and more importantly, where I want it to go. So yeah, this video is going to be part speculation, part wishlist, and maybe even a little love letter to a series that keeps reinventing itself. Sometimes for the better, sometimes not so much. But for now, let's talk Final Fantasy. So when it comes to trends, Final Fantasy's been drifting more towards this action-heavy cinematic experience. Final Fantasy 15 gave us real-time combat and open-world exploration. Final Fantasy 7 Remake refined that into a flashy hybrid system. And Final Fantasy 16 might as well be wearing a Devil May Cry cosplay. So it wouldn't be surprising if Final Fantasy 17 leaned even harder into that single character, high action format, especially if the Devil May Cry developers will be involved again. But then again, Square Enix loves to zig when you expect them to zag. Final Fantasy IX threw us back to crystals and castles after the techno-noir vibes of Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy XII went full political intrigue, and Final Fantasy XIII was kind of a walking sim. There's always room to pivot. So where could Final Fantasy 17 go? Maybe a spiritual successor to Final Fantasy VI with a steampunk setting and ensemble cast, or a slower, more tactical Final Fantasy Tactics style war story, or something more modern or sci-fi like a cousin of Final Fantasy VIII's weird tech world. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad if they did something completely unexpected. But if I was a fly on the wall at Square Enix, this is what I would recommend. First up, the job system. Please bring it back. I miss turning a white mage into a time mage halfway through the game. I miss party synergy. I miss builds that reflect me, not just the story. Games like Final Fantasy V, Tactics, and Bravery Default nailed that feeling. Now imagine it with a more modern polish. Hybrid jobs, branching evolutions, combos, and what if your job changed how you explore the open world? In One Piece Odyssey, who you controlled changed how you move throughout the world. Zoro could cut down barriers, Luffy grappled across gaps, Chopper snuck through tight spaces. So imagine a Final Fantasy like a thief being able to unlock secret passages, or a geomancer sensing hidden dangers, Beastmaster being able to capture monsters and add them to your party. Like, make jobs affect exploration, not just combat. That's not just nostalgia, that is player expression. Now, I don't mind action combat, if it's done right. Give me something like Granblue Fantasy Relink. Tight, fast, responsive, and flashy without losing depth. But every character should feel different, not just in animation or flair, but in how they move, combo, defend, and control the battlefield. A Dragoon should feel weighty and explosive, leaping into combat with high risk, high reward mobility. A ninja should be quick, slippery, maybe even able to vanish or set traps mid-fight. A red mage should be all about that tempo, balancing rapid sword strikes with chain spellcasting, rewarding players for switching between both. A summoner, let them set the pace of the whole fight, controlling large-scale summons that force enemies to adapt. Not just cosmetic differences, real mechanical variety that makes each job feel like a distinct playstyle. Add layers, different cooldown rhythms, stance systems, synergy tools, something that makes you want to experiment and master each class. If Final Fantasy 17 is going to do action, don't just make it fast, make it expressive. Make every job feel like its own game within a game. Alright, now, this is a crazy one, but imagine with me for a second. If Final Fantasy 17 let you team up with people in real time, not an MMO, not a live service, just drop in, drop out co-op. Let your friend be the healer, the DPS, or the buffer. Like Final Fantasy 14 dungeon runs, but faster, flashier, and built around job synergy. Yeah, Strangers of Paradise kinda touched on this, but it was clunky. Imagine it with a AAA level of polish, cinematic boss fights, coordinated team plays. It's ambitious, but totally doable. And you know what else is doable? You hitting that like button if you're enjoying the video so far. Maybe even subbing if you feel so inclined. All right, shameless plug aside, let's continue. Open worlds. Open worlds can feel empty or alive. Final Fantasy 15 has size, but not depth. Final Fantasy 16 had depth, but lost that big adventure feel. Final Fantasy 17 should aim for both. Expand the hunt system. Track monsters across regions, set traps, use specific jobs to bring them down, like Monster Hunter meets, well, Final Fantasy. And let jobs unlock the world. A dancer can maybe perform to make extra money, a dragoon parkouring up cliffs, a pictomancer painting platforms into reality. Make the world react to your job. And enemy variety is super important. One of Final Fantasy XVI's biggest weaknesses was the lack of creature diversity. I want peril. I want biomes with their own monstrous threats. I want mini dungeons, hidden treasures, places you can only reach because of your job or just plain old curiosity. Reward exploration. Make the world beg to be explored.
Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
So yeah, this video has been a wish list, a love letter, and some wild daydreaming about what the next Final Fantasy could be. I didn't hate Final Fantasy 16. It has strong moments and killer music, but I just expected more. Maybe the DLC will win me over. Haven't played it yet. If that's something you want to see, let me know. Now, what do you want from Final Fantasy 17? Drop your takes in the comments below. I'll be reading them all. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, maybe sub if you feel so inclined. Keep an eye on the community tab for updates and polls. We are currently on the Platinum Trophy grind for Final Fantasy IV over on Twitch. And hey, join the Discord. We got a good community growing over there, good conversations. We're playing Warframe, Baldur's Gate 3, Helldivers 2, maybe Final Fantasy 14 in the future. Whew, that was a mouthful. Till next time, as we resume the backlog, this is Mateo Vert, your favorite backlog gamer, and you guys stay safe.